Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to the place to be each and every Sunday night. Where tonight, of course, on Top Split TV, we're bringing you round two of season 28 of Sunday Night Lights from Daytona International Speedway, where we've got the unique and challenging moto layout. Not even the endurance layout here at Daytona, which of course the road racing is so famous for here. But looking forward to it. It presents a unique challenge for the drivers. We've got a great collection of 20 drivers here tonight. I'm Alex McKellar, and joining me as always is the chaotic one himself, Mr. Corey Steinhauser. Corey, another action-packed race ahead of us, no doubt.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. As you said, 20 cars on track here tonight. Strength of field of 47-47. It should be a fantastic night of racing here on what has a track that has a couple of little challenges, but for the most part is a very draft-effective track.
Yeah, 100%. Should be very interesting. Technical to keep you interested in the midfield, and then the draft lottery commences once you're out the back. So let's have a look at who's turned up here tonight. Team Astro Racing Team, I should say. Christian Perez, of course, previous winner of SNL in the official season, dethroned last season, looking to come back hard and fast this season, see what he can do. Car number 2, community rep for the Skippies, Adam Miles from Miles Ahead Racing, found some pace here. Watch out for him. He has got pace to burn around here. Number 3, teammate to Christian Perez is Adrian Farinas Rodriguez, also from Astro Team Racing, as you can see from the livery. Again, pace, aggression, he's got it in spades. Nathan Wade from UK and I, car number 4. He joins us once again. Not quite found the pace that we've expected from him previously, but certainly willing to get elbows out in amongst it. Hikaru Sasaki from Japan came second last season in both officials and SNL, looking to go just one step better. He was second in the overall standings after week 1. What can he do this week? Takumi Yamato, somewhat of a qualifying specialist for Nagai Racing School. Car number 6 here tonight, although I've done a couple with Yamato-san and he was struggling a little bit for pace here. I'm not sure if he's a bit underdone, but we'll see what happens here tonight. George Maddock from UK and I, another one to watch for. He has got the pace and the aggression to succeed here in the technical sections and in the draft lottery. Interesting to see how he goes. Dimitri Philippides from the Asia Club, car number 8 here tonight, having his shot at the title. ANZ's own Neil Gardner, the NZ captain, you might say, or Captain 499 as I like to call him. He's up inside the top 10 in terms of rating and rankings. Speaking of the top 10, head clown himself, Mr. Vasco Sorowski, chief rival to the Top Split Racing team. Had a great run in the warm-up race, Corey, looking to go back-to-back in the big one.
Absolutely, Alex. Coming up as our 11th plated car here tonight is Xavier Sanchez from Iberia. Then right next to him, we've got Nick Vaughan Roberts from the UK and I as the 12th plated car, who has actually been DQ'd from quali.
Right, you don't see that often, do you?
No. The 13th plated car here tonight is David Caro from Iberia. We've got Kevin Bugton making a return from UK and I as the 14th plated car. We've got Sonichi Otsu from Japan as our 15th plated car, with Masaomi Kaneko from Japan also as our 16th plated car, making his debut here tonight. Hiroki Kokubu
Yeah.
From Japan as our 7th plated car. We've got Paul Wilson from AusNZ Club as our 18th plated car. We've got Chris Wayne as our 19th plated car from UK and I, but I haven't seen him in the server yet.
Oh.
And wrapping up the field, just sneaking in, Alex, a streamer, a very high-profile streamer with 101 viewers right now, Mr. Rents Defense himself, Rents Brown from California.
Yeah, but he's not, there's a couple of them not out on track, surprisingly. Yeah, Rents Defense, he's snuck into the top split. How's that? When I say snuck in, 2,700 I rating he's got in here with. I wonder if he knows what's going to hit him, honestly. Should be interesting, yeah. But hello, anyone from Rents Defence's stream has popped in. Interesting to see how he goes here tonight. I wish him all the best. Hiroki Kokobu, he's one to watch, actually. He was in the top 5 in the overall standings as of last week, there and thereabouts. Piroking, as he's called, or as he's known, probably easier to pronounce than Kokobu. But, yeah, he's one I've got my eye on. If not for this season, then coming seasons, if he hangs around, he's sitting around the 3,700 I rating mark, so won't always make the top split here on a Sunday night yet. But Corey, I reckon he's one to watch. As you can see from his first quali lap, he's right up the top of the standings provisionally as he comes through the bus stop to try and set a second flying lap.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. And these times that we're looking at right now, absolutely incredible. 158s, if you don't mind. 158 ones even. These times for my racing experience so far, unfathomable, as these guys are pushing the absolute limits of these cars around the track. A lot of people starting to log their second laps in right now. Looks like David Caro, unfortunately, battling out of his second lap. Nathan Wade making his way to the top with a 58 flat. And Sasaki immediately trumps him with a 57.4, Alex.
Rodriguez to the top of the pops with a 57.4 as well. The times are starting to tumble with those second laps. Yamato, look at the Japanese. They're right up there. 2, 3, 4, right up the front as we've seen them. Perez now. Hang on. Perez is coming. What's he got for us? Kaneko, look at them. They've all been doing Q runs during the week. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the top 5. What's Perez got? Can he make it an all Astro Racing Team front row as he rounds the final section? Coming to the line now. What's the former champion got for us? He's close. He's coming through the tri-oval. What's he got? Crosses the line now. Only good enough for third. Matic jumping up into the top 4 to sit on the front couple of rows as well. Look, the Japanese drivers, they've been killing it as Miles, again, he upsets my train of thought again by sticking it on the second row next to Perez. But I was just going to say, the Japanese drivers, they're all through the front section of the qualifying grid, and they're doing really well, Corey.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. And the Japanese drivers have always been the ones to watch as far as qualifying standard goes. And they continue to improve, as I think everyone who is going to complete a lap has completed their laps. It's time for us to go through the grid, Alex.
It most certainly is, as the clock is now wound down, and we might do exactly that if I can bring it up. Adrian Rodriguez, he's chucked it on pole with a 57.397. Fantastic lap from the Astro Team Racing driver. Joining him on the front row, Hikaru Sasaki, second last season, again looking to go one better, and it starts almost in the best position to kick this one up. Adam Miles from Miles Ahead Racing. Got some pace here, like I said. One to watch, and smart and canny in the front pack as well. Starts out a third. Alongside him will be former champion Christian Perez for Astro Team Racing. George Maddock starts on the third row out of fifth. And like I said, the pace and the aggression to do well in the elbows out front pack racing. Hiroki Kokobu, the Piroking, he starts out of 6th, and I said, one to watch. Car 17 out of 6th, and one to watch. Takumi Yamato, not his usual stellar qualifying performance for Nagai Racing School, but starting out of 7th ahead of Masaomi Kaneko from Japan. Look at all the Japanese drivers up the front, starting out of 8th and doing well. Nathan Wade from UK and I starting out of 9th to 9 is joined on the 5th row by David Caro from Iberia. Neil Gardner leading the ANZ charge out of P11 off the grid. Xavier Sanchez, another top streamer around the place. He'll have a few hundred watching him starting from 12th. 13th off the grid tonight, the head clown himself, Vasco Sorowski. 14th alongside him for Nippy Racing will be Kevin Budge and Dimitri Philippides out of 15th. 16th, Shinichi Otsu. 17th, Paul Wilson from ANZ. Nick Vaughan Roberts out of 18th. 19th off the grid tonight, Chris Wayne. And Rents the Fence is out at 20th. Rents Brown leading us off. And don't forget to check out our partners in crime here this season, InfiniteRacings.com, for all your setups and track guides. Go check them out as we prepare to kick this one off, Corey.
That's right, Alex. The res are starting to rise. It's the red lights mean rev, and the green lights mean go. We're underway for round number 2 here, season 28 of Sunday Night Lights action, as everyone immediately tries to get down to the yellow line as they go along what is effectively known as the front straight, even though it's a big kink down into turn number 1, one of the hardest braking zones on this track, normally on second lap onwards, Alex, just because of the sheer braking force it's needed to get into that corner.
And we have a stream of skippies heading down towards turn 3, and already Perez looking to go up the inside of Miles into turn 3, gets the job done there, chasing down his Astro Team Racing teammate up ahead in Rodriguez, who holding the lead. There's a bit of movement. When I say a bit of movement, it's left, right, it's inside, outside, it's all over the place here as we see locked up brakes into 4 and into 5 again. It's checking up. They've got away with that one. Captain 499 won't be happy. Not only has he got Sorosky up the inside of him through 6 now as he breaks deep and almost outbrakes himself. Again, we see some tyre smoke there from Sorosky. No, it was Gardner. Sorosky settles back inside now as they come to enter the Roval section, or the oval layout, for the first time, Corey, on the run down into the bus stop, and it's all kind of settled down for the most part. Oh, I say that, but they're 3 wide into the bus stop first time round, Corey. Oh, there's one gone, going backwards. It's Kaneko by the looks of it. Beside him, I think, was Filippides. Kaneko, nice little turn there, just quietly. Let's go grab a quick squiz at what happened there, if I can. Come on, let's have the crash here. And they've gone 3 wide and just, 4, Nathan Wade into the side. 3 wide doesn't work there, lap 1 of the big one, Corey.
Oh, absolutely not, Alex. 3 into 1 does not go, especially not on tyres as cold as these. But look at the stream of skippies right now on the track. These guys are going 3 wide, just about 4 wide as they go along the front straight past the start-finish line. Could almost get 5 wide with how small these skippies are on this track, Alex. The NASCARs themselves struggle to get 4 wide. Look at how everyone spreads out going into turns 1 and 2. These guys are just absolutely all over the place. This backpack is battling absolute tooth and nail right now. And quick little shout out to Rents. Handy steerer in his own right, Alex.
Gorski. Sorry.
That is Filippides.
Filippides and Yamato.
Yamato, oh, that's unfortunate for Yamato. But I was going to say, Brent Brown, not doing too bad for himself, Alex. Up into 12th position right now, just in behind Nick Vaughan-Roberts.
Yeah, he's doing very well in a quality field. He's underrated I rating, potentially not telling the true story of the US streamer.
Looks like Filippides and Yamato have come together again, Alex.
Oh, what?
In turn 4.
Oh my goodness! All right, let's follow what's going up a bit further and check in with our leaders this time round, as they are gone. They're off. They are 4 seconds clear. Kokobu sitting on the back. Peter King himself sitting in 6th on the back of this one. And laughing all the way to the I-rating bank, I would suggest. But it's Perez, Miles, Sasaki, Rodriguez, Maddock and Kokobu who have off to the races, and they'll sort this one out between themselves in the later stages. Meanwhile, they're strung out a bit like Brown's cows behind them. Caro and Sanchez, 2 Iberians working together, 2 ANZ drivers. Sorosky in a bit of an island. If he works hard, he can get onto the front 3 because 2x2 behind it is Vaughan-Roberts and Gardner, and that's why I'm getting confused. I think it's Rance Brown who's got the other livery, that the old classic McLaren livery. It looks a bit like Gardner's livery that I'm so accustomed to. I'll better be careful not to get them mixed up. But 3 wide they're looking at. Budgeon not shy with elbows out, racing as they cross the line and come down into, they're 4 wide into turn 1. Can they get it sorted? She's so loose under brakes. The rear wants to become the front, and there it goes. Vaughan-Roberts does almost exactly that, and he's gone from that pack. You won't see him again in among rubbing shoulders with those guys, and they've kind of got it sorted through the midfield as we check back in with the leaders, Corey.
Absolutely, Alex, and what racing we've got going on here at the moment. It's hard to tell where to look, but at this front pack, absolutely smooth as silk. These guys know what they're doing. They're just pulling away from the rest of the pack, trying to get as much of a gap as they possibly can. before the final few laps where they will really start battling it out. Rodriguez currently leading the way from Miles, as these guys have also been using up the track limits here a little bit. None of the top 6 have actually put in a lap that iRacing deems good enough to put up on the scoreboard, Alex.
Yeah, that's right. There's one extra sneaky ones hidden everywhere at this joint, let me tell you, as the guys now spread out a bit. See, here's the thing. I've got to go back to the wide angle to catch the sprayed out nature of how they're going. Meanwhile, in this second pack, they're line astern, working hard now that the race is essentially over for them, because the front guys have cleared out by, well, I thought they were out by 5 seconds briefly, but they're actually only out by 3.5 now. So work being done by the second pack. But as we saw the approach onto the oval section there, the guys spread out and fanned out. The Ducks and Drakes have started already. We're only on lap 3. We've got 9 laps to go when they cross the line in a moment. And look at the guys behind Swarovski going side by side. This is where it gets interesting, though. How they're going to position themselves to get through here safely. You don't need to be leading the race at this point in time. Side by side contact. Oh, and he's nearly got as well. Rodriguez is nearly elbows out and hip and shouldered Sasaki into next week. But they've managed to come off okay as Matic now and Rodriguez goes side by side into turn 3. Just unnecessary at this point of the race. Miles is almost gone. He's 7.5 tenths up the road and they've just sorted it out. They're a real risk because 1 lap pace, Miles has got it. All these blokes have got it, but if they keep checking themselves up and tripping themselves up over each other, I should say, then they're going to run the risk of Miles getting away, Corey.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. The other thing they're going to have to worry about is if they keep playing games like this, the second pack could also catch them here, which is a very real prospect, as they've been driving quite healthily, although there was a little bit of contact between Neil Gardner and another driver on the front straight. I didn't catch the other driver's name, but definitely a lot of feeling going on there as they were crossing the start-finish line. But up onto the back straight we go, heading towards the bus stop. And the front pack, all 6 of them, line to stern. And this is where the drafting will come into play, is the oval turns 3 and 4, or I guess it's turn 12 here for the road course variant. And Rodriguez only 5 tenths away from Miles, so he's got the most amount to gain here. And these skippies, they can reach some pretty incredible speeds, Alex, reaching into the range of 210 kilometers an hour in the draft.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is where you'll stretch the legs and almost tap them out, is right here if you've got the right sort of draft going. And this front pack, they've got it sorted into the turn 1 this time. They don't look like they're going to get too adventurous as Sasaki hugs the inside line. He's not going to get hip and shouldered out this time. What do they do in the second pack? They've almost got it sorted as well. Swarovski tucks in behind Caro this time round, and Gardner leading him out with Rents Brown. Brown's on the back of that pack and looking to do pretty well for himself. Car number 20 finishes 11th in this race, gets nearly 50 I rating. That's not a bad haul for a night out, Corey.
Especially not when he wasn't expecting this to be the kind of race it was, Alex. He was just signing up to race some skippies, and here he is in the second biggest soft of the week, and he's looking pretty fancy there in 11th. He's almost halved his number, and he has the potential right now to actually gain a lot more than what he's bargaining for here. Being in this pack, he could look at maybe a net gain of a couple hundred if he can improve his position here a little bit.
Oh man, he's up 9 spots already in this kind of field. That's a decent effort. I'll be going back and watching the replay and focusing on what he's done to do that, because mate, there's something to be learned by someone who can move up 9 spots in the first couple of laps in a race like this. Meanwhile, let's go check in with our leaders. Rodriguez is back on front. Miles is taking the wide line to time the draft. Comes back down now in front of Sasaki. But I'm wondering if he's... Oh, look, they're all... It's like the cyclists at the velodrome. They're all sort of taking their turn on front, letting the draft kind of do its thing. I'm not really sure if I want to lead now or I want to, it's all mind games at the moment. Maddox says, "No, I'm going to the front, boys. Catch me if you can." Interesting to see. There's not much lost on the high line here, not as much as you would think, particularly with a bit of side draft. And Miles has run all the way around the top almost, and he's only lost one position, and that was not, contested really, because there's no need to. There's no need to add that risk in. Meanwhile, in the second pack, they're still going side by side here. Gardner and Swarovski, the ANZ compatriots. Oh, and look at that. It's Sanchez looking almost up. His compatriots inside into turn 3, but they've all got a sorted line of stern. Swarovski, after a stellar run in the warm-up race, looking to repeat his efforts here, but it's only going to be for 7th spot. But like Brown, he's up 6 spots already, which is a fantastic effort from where he started, down in 13th position, uncharacteristic for the ANZ driver, Corey.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. I do actually have an answer for you with how Rentz was able to make it up those 9 spots. He's just been taking it nice and easy and avoiding all the carnage, which is one of the big things that you've got to do. As Swarovski goes off the track as they come onto the oval section, big sideways effort. He's going to lose a little bit of speed from that, and I'm surprised that Neil Gardner is not as close as what he is, as, that was a really big mistake for Swarovski coming onto the oval section. But, Rentz has just been keeping his nose clean this whole race. And, this is where it's netted him at the moment, is P11. And as I said, he has the potential to move up even further than this. For a guy who races mostly oval, it's great to see him out there and having a great crack here in the Skippy.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll stick my hand up and take partial blame for that error by Swarovski. I was talking to him about that quarter in the warm-up race, and I might have encouraged him to go a bit wider on the exit there. Sorry, mate. My bad. Hopefully it doesn't cost him too much. Looked like he had a bit of a gap going side by side through turn 2. They go, the leaders. Miles and Maddock. Maddock, no stranger and no fear when it comes to side by side. Rodriguez tucked in behind. Still the Brits go side by side through turn 3, and Rodriguez looking to take advantage. Maddock looking to squeeze through the gap there. Surely they won't go 3 wide into 4. No, they won't. And they got it sort of settled there. That was very interesting sort of non-verbal communication happening there as Maddock chucks cones at anyone who dares to follow him too closely by the looks. And Miles comes away on the front of this one, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. I think, that, as you said, non-verbal communication there. That was Maddox saying, no, you will not try and take second from me in this corner. You will sit back there in third, Mr. Number 3 plate. As they continue on to the oval section now. And you see Maddock immediately go straight out to the right, as if he was just trying to save the draft here a little bit. Not wanting to get too close to Miles as they head into the bus stop. And look at these guys just glide their way through the bus stop absolutely effortlessly. And I wish I was half that smooth myself, because damn, that looks pretty dang nice.
Yeah, mate, it's a nice feeling, isn't it?
To the oval.
Yeah,
oh,
sorry.
Absolutely, especially when you nail it just right. Absolutely bellissimo.
Yeah, that's it.
We're just about 7 laps down, Alex. We're going to be past halfway with only 5 laps left to run in this race. I'm going to get your early prediction here as they go 3 wide on the front straight. Who do you think's going to win this race?
Oh, mate, it's a dead set lottery with the draft. What I do like is Perez sitting back. He's not getting mixed up in anything. He's leaving himself a bit of space here. Look at him sitting in 5th at the moment. He's sitting back there watching, letting the guys play ducks and drakes, letting all the side-by-side stuff happen ahead of him. Similar, you've got Kokobu, the Piro King, behind him. They're just sitting back and waiting. There is no need to get involved in this stuff early on. But you watch, with 2 or 3 to go, I reckon he will move forward. He will be in the front 3, I reckon, at the start of the last lap. I reckon Perez is in the front 3, and I reckon he's in amongst it at the end, mate, if not winning it. That's my bet early on. What about yourself?
Oh, I reckon that's a pretty bang-on bet right there. And Kokobu is going to be the dark horse of this front pack, honestly. Being the 17th plated car, He has the absolute most to gain in this front six, but he might just play it really easy here as off into the grass goes Rodriguez this time. But yeah, I reckon Kokobu, I don't reckon he'll make his way up through. He's probably going to be happy with whatever he gets as long as it's 6 or above. But Perez, as you said, I reckon he'll definitely be battling up there in that top 3 and possibly even trying to go for the win here late in the race.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing, right? He's just, I call it making your own luck. There's no need to, push the friendship with rolling the dice too early. And it looks like he's a long way back, right? So he's about, what's the gap there? It's only a second off the lead, but it's still well in it. As soon as they pull out of the drafts, like someone's attached a parachute to them, and the hook will press up. And that's what's going to go on here into turn 1. Again, side by side, Rodriguez and Matic. There's 2 firecrackers for you. Someone just lights the fuse and it's all on. Miles chucks it up the inside, so close to that tyre barrier on the apex of 2 there. Gets it done and gets it done well as they come down into turn 3. Still side by side. Rodriguez braking very late there. Sasaki showing the nose on the open door from Miles, who was left on the outside, but they get it sorted comfortably as we check in on our second pack here, led by Caro with Sanchez, his Iberian compatriot behind. Gardner now says, I'll have a look into 4, will I? No, he's just keeping Swarovski behind him out of interest or discouraging him, dissuading him against overtaking there. You can see Brown still on the back of that. I thought Vaughan Roberts was gone, but he's not. He's on the back of this second pack. Budgeon's in there with him as well. Wilson, Ortsu, they're all here in the second pack, all the way down to 15th, if you don't mind. Paul Wilson currently has the fastest lap, albeit draft assisted, no doubt, with a 56.7. Get that into your timekeepers. That's a decent effort. Particularly buried so far down in the pack, but our leaders are settled into this, I'm going to call it the eye of the storm, right? There'll be 10, 11, 12, 3 laps to go this time round. This is where you got to start thinking about closing it up. You can see Rodriguez running the high line. Again, they're just lulling each other, calming, steeling themselves for the final few laps. I reckon this is where they start thinking about positioning themselves for the final run to the flag.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. If you're going to start making moves, this is where you're going to have to do it. As on the apron goes Mr. Adam Miles all the way through to the lead just about as they head down into turns 1 and 2. And he's got to be careful doing that because if someone sees that, he could get a little bit of a talking to from the chief steward, Mr. Nim Cross Jr., as I'm just going to go and have a quick squeeze at the second pack. And they've all made it through turns 1 and 2 safely. And in fact, whoa, contact. Rents Brown just about around. Look at that car control of Rents Brown as he got a serving from Vasco Swarovski there.
Yeah, right. He's got a bit of damage on the back there. Budgeon moving forward now, taking full advantage of that. Going up the inside of Brown into turn 4 now, through turn 5, nice and cleanly. Budgeon not got the pace we're used to seeing from him, and a bit further down in the pack than no doubt he would like, and as I said, that we're used to seeing. But it is Gardner taking full advantage, sitting on front of this pack. Up to P7 now, decent effort from him. Meanwhile, as we check back in with our leaders, just touching on the point around the apron. So the rules of the road, so to speak, on Rovals, as we've come to understand, have been a fair bit of discussion around it this week, as there always is when we hit the Rovals like this. Above the control line, the apron line on the banked curving, on the straights, it's okay, but there's a control line. The leaders are just crossing now that white line. That's where you're meant to be back on above the line. You can go below it before and after now, and the tri-oval counts as a flat. So it's okay once you're off the banking, Corey, is the word. But as you say, if you're on or below it, so here now they can spread out, that's fine. They can run. It's not actually faster though, can I tell you, around here. It's not actually, it's all draft there, and you watch, it'll even out here and Perez will come back at him. But through this section it's okay. But anywhere else on the oval where the banking is, you will get a holiday if someone puts it forward to Mr. Nimcross Jr., Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. I was actually reading that just before this session opened up, and it's a little bit of muddy water as far as the ruling on it goes, in my opinion. And it should be one for every piece of the track, not just for certain pieces of it. But I have the same very strong opinion for when it comes to the oval racing side of things as well. But this front pack definitely starting to get shook up a little bit as Christian Perez, not only has he made his way into the top 3 out, he's sitting in second right now.
What did I tell you,
Rodriguez.
mate? What did I tell you? He sat back, and now when the chips are starting to be put on the table for the final couple, he's moved forward strategically and running his lines.
Vasco in the back.
Oh, Vasco? Where's he gone? He's sitting well back. I don't know if that contact rattled him. Doesn't look like he's got any damage there. But he's fallen back. He's taken the chocolates in the warm-up race and taking some bumps and bruises in the main event once again this week. As we jump back up to our leaders, it's the 2 purple and white Astro Racing Team cars up front. I think going into this final lap, you'd want to be anywhere from 2nd to 4th. In my experience, you don't necessarily want to be leading it. So expect some ducks and drakes from the front runners here. Look how much Perez has opened up. He will have strategically run just that little bit slower. He'll tuck in behind and look at the rubber band that just pulling him along. Will he get boxed in? No, Maddox left enough room. Side by side, the 2 purple cars started 4 wide. The 2 purple cars started 1st and 2nd, and at the start of the oval section, they finished 1st and 4th on the white flag, not the right flag. You want the black and white checkered flag at the end there. But look where Miles and Rodriguez are dicing for positions at 3rd and 4th. That's potentially the box seat, noting how much impact the draft lottery has in the final lap, Corey.
That's exactly right, Alex. And I reckon Rodriguez might be listening to the broadcast because he absolutely just dropped like a stone before that first corner to 4th. And maybe just sneakily listening to our little tips and tricks here as we are on the final lap. There's only 3/4 of a lap left to go here. We make our way through this tight little section. And look at that. That's actually a really smart move there from Perez, Alex. He didn't want to be on the front as they come back onto the oval section.
Whoa. What another whoopsie. They're happening from some of the best in the world. The Ducks and Drakes. Look at them. They are dead set out of the gas. Coming in here, nobody wants to lead. Nobody. They're all, look at them. The Astro boys are in 2nd and 3rd. It's all happening here. Absolutely, the mind games have started early. Look at this. They're all going wide. They're all deciding how far, when to go. When do I go? Sasaki's just planted it. He knows he's got to go hard, otherwise he's no hope. And now look at him, side by side by side. Sasaki's going to get boxed in. He's going to go underneath on the exit of the oval section. They're in the tri-oval now. It's 4 wide now. Can they make it 5 wide? The 2 purple cars have come together. Oh, they've rolled over the Peter King. They're so this is like the end of a dramatic oval race. And it is Perez ahead of Sasaki. Oh my goodness, how could they, what's going on with this second pack there? Almost 4x4 again. Oh my goodness. Corey, please, somebody tell me what happened with that one. There's cars upside down. The Pito King, did he actually finish? No, he's down his 16th, and I still don't think he's crossed the line. You can't finish the race on your lid. They don't work like that, Corey. I've got to go back and watch that. Let me find a replay. Jeepers.
That was absolutely nuts, Alex. And I just want to point out Nick Vaughan Roberts, who started like second last, finished in P7, plus 11 for the race. Rex Brown, who started dead last, finished in P8, plus 12 for the race, Alex.
Jeepers. All right. Let's, so I've got to go a bit further back than that. Holy dooly. All right. So is this what I'm looking for? No. I want to go on. I want to go on Sasaki here, and I want to go. Look at them. They're already They were playing ducks and drakes before they got onto the straight here. This is before the bus stop, right? And then they're all just, yeah. Where do I want to be? I want to be third, or I want to be fourth. Where do I want to be? You know. And then Sasaki's just pinned it, right? Look at him in front of him. They're sitting there and they're just saying, yep, I'm going to do whatever it is, right? And this is, and I'm going to go slow here. Nah, I'll go a bit faster, get it, right? And he's riding on, And look, he's going to get boxed in, but he's taking full advantage of this run here in through the underneath, probably a little bit early, if I'm honest. And then it's side by side beside him. Look, there's 4 wide here comfortably, and it gets messy. I think it's the 2 purple cars that come together here. Let's see what happens. Yeah, 1 and 3. 1 and 3. 1 comes down on 3, comes in and contacts with Sasaki. 3's gone. 3's gone. And then he's hit the Piro King. The Piro King's on his lid behind, and Gonski. What's happened here? Sasaki's into... Oh, he's into Miles and he's gone. Maddox just run the whole way on the grass and he's gone. The 2 UK and I drivers are gone. And meanwhile, there goes Perez across the line to win it, as predicted. And the carnage behind him, look at it. It's all happening, Corey. Crazy scenes here to finish this one.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. It's been absolutely nuts this entire race. Phew, what an incredible finish. Like, that was just absolutely nuts. And, as we both predicted, Perez coming out on top and Sasaki finishing P2, but I just feel so, so very bad for, what was it? Kokubu. I'll get his name one day, I swear, because he put on a great effort there, and unfortunately ended on his lid, couldn't quite slide across the line, and that ruined what was going to be an excellent result for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to go and check out what happened deeper in the pack here, because I think it went pretty nuts here as well. I'm riding with Brown at the moment, who actually he's just driven over a nose cone in front of him. And then he's riding the apron underneath as well, side by side with Gardner and Sanchez, Budgeon coming through as well. And they've crossed the line 4 wide, if you don't mind, down the back as well. And I think then all the shenanigans have happened in front after the line with all the incident points. But let's see where Vasco's come across there. That was craziness. Rance Brown actually picked up. It said he was going through the pits. That's how across the line he was. Anyway, let's go and check out our results here, folks. As Christian Perez, mate, I should have a crystal ball. I promise you it's not on the desk, but Perez takes it out, grabs himself a hat full of points, and I have no doubt actually he'll probably sit on top of the standings after the week's racing. Sasaki just behind him. Those two, once again, rising to the top. They will be hard to beat this season if these sort of results keep coming their way. Smart, heady stuff, and they end up, a bit of luck as well, honestly. It is absolutely a roll of the dice in the draft lottery at the end of the race, and they've come up trumps tonight. Perez, Sasaki, 1-2. George Maddock, similarly, I don't know if he crossed the line nose first or tail first, cowboy style at the other Roval we did a couple of seasons ago, but he's finished in third. Adam Miles, his compatriot for Miles Ahead Racing, he's down in fourth. Adrian Rodriguez, after touching wheels with his teammate in the closing stages, finishes fifth ahead of David Caro, the other Iberian who led the second pack home in sixth. Nick Vaughan Roberts, I thought he was dead set gone. The lone fool in the race for Two Fools Racing has come up in seventh. Rance Brown, SNL debut, 2700 I rating, buys him his ticket as seat number 20. He's picked up 78 I rating and 12 positions along the way. That's an outstanding drive from the streamer Rance Brown to finish in 8th. Neil Gardner leading the ANZ charge here tonight. Captain 499 finishing in the points in 9th. Xavier Sanchez, another big streamer. The Spanish variety, he's finished inside the top 10 and up a couple. 11th in the end for Nippy Racing was Kevin Budgeon. Vasco Sorowski for Team Clowns gets his first SNL points of the season, finishing in 12th. 13th tonight, Shinichi Otsu, the second Japanese driver in the final, standings in 13th. 14th tonight, Paul Wilson from ANZ. 15th, Chris Wayne on debut, I believe. 16th, his compatriot from UK and I, Nathan Wade. 17th, Yamato-san, Takumi Yamato from Nagai Racing School. Not had a happy week this week. He's down in 17th ahead of Dimitri Philippides in 18th. 19th tonight, Masaomi Kaneko from Japan. And the Piro King finished on his lid, Hiroki Kokubu, after honestly doing, he was right in it until he wasn't. Not the finish he would have liked, all the way down in 20th. Corey, that was again not the way he wanted to finish tonight.
Absolutely not. And my heart absolutely goes out to him, Alex. He was on for such a great result and unfortunately ended on his lid, coming up short. But, everyone else should be absolutely wrapped with themselves, especially Nick Von Roberts and Rents Brown. They gained double digits in this race as far as positions are concerned. And in a field like this, with how intense the racing has been the entire race, that is no mean feat whatsoever. And, they both deserve a massive pat on the back for the effort that they put in here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. 100%. I'll go along with that one. I want to just, before we get to the interviews, just shout out our Infinite Racing services. You can see them down the bottom. We've got a competition going this season in conjunction with IRS. The winner of the overall season receives a full 12-month subscription to the Infinite Racing services, all their setups, all the lap guides, all the information from some of the top drivers going around on their coaching staff available as part of that subscription. The leading driver who scores the most points in the other splits, second, third, fourth split that we score here on a Sunday night, the leading driver there gets a coaching session from one of their experienced coaches over there, the likes of Manu Luketa in the skips, if that's what floats your boat. Manu, one of the top drivers going around, of course, not here tonight, but absolutely will be back in force in the weeks to come. If you like that sort of stuff, get in there and out on track. And of course, the third prize there will be for one of the Top Split TV community members who will get a 3-month subscription to Infinite Racing Services. Anyone who subscribes to the Top Split TV Twitch channel during the season will go into the draw for that great prize. Corey, now we've got a few people lined up to have a chat with us. I'm going to go and grab a shot at the start of the race, if I can get that right, and then we'll start bringing them in. So we'll go in finishing order, which is our way around here. We've got race winner, Mr. Christian Perez. Christian, Astro Racing Team superstar, mate. I said with about 5 to go, I said 2 laps to go, he'll be in the front 3, and watch out for him on the last lap. I reckon my money's on Perez to take it out. And what do you know? Christian comes from nowhere. Well, he's in the front pack and he wins it, mate. How did you go out there tonight?
Hello, Alex. Hello, Cory. Yeah, I had luck. That's why I win. Uh, I was chilling all the race because last race was crazy and I didn't want to die in a lap that was not very pointless to fight. So I wait to the final laps and yeah, I struggle a little bit to pass the fourth car. I think that was Sasaki, and then in the previous laps, Adam falls to four to get the first one in finish line, and then I did so. So yeah, I had some luck at the final. Yes, yesterday.
Yeah, he had some luck at the final. Yeah, unfortunately, there was chaos there at the end. But that's part of it with this kind of racing here. The draft lottery, I call it, in the final stage of the race. And tonight, your good self came up trumps. Well done. A lot of points there. I think you might even be leading the officials after that effort. Not the strongest soft of the week, just because of the big field, but certainly some great points. Are you going for the championship again this season, Christian?
No, I don't
No.
think so. Not for iRacing, and I will try the this one. But iRacing, it is very boring to go for it. I tried once and I did it, so I will not try second. I think because it is super boring
Yes.
going only 4 races at the week, and if I want to race, I race. I
Good.
don't care about points.
Good, good. That's the way to do it, right? You're right. If you want to win the championship, you've got to go for the big races, but you can only do 4 races a week. And if
Yeah.
you've got the passion for the racing and it's so much fun like it is, as you say, you've done it once, you've got the notch on the belt, get on with the racing and have a good time. That's the way to do it, eh, Christian?
Yeah, of course. I wanted just like okay, I won once, but yes, I don't like it. I
Beautiful.
prefer going being here every Sunday and trying to win these guys.
Good. Perfect. Sounds like a plan, Christian. Glad to hear it. Anyone you'd like to give a shout out to tonight before we let you go?
Well, to Adrian that he has not luck today in the previous and this race, and he has the base.
Absolutely, he does. Absolutely, he does. Well, hopefully, he does better in the weeks to come. Otherwise, Christian, thanks for talking to us as always, and we look forward to seeing you again in the future rounds.
Okay, ciao, ciao, guys.
There you go, Corey. That was Christian Perez, who has the heart of a racer by the sounds of it. He said, I've done the championship thing. Now I just want to race.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Alex. And that's the kind of people that we want here in our community here in Top Split. We love the people who just love to race. And, it goes to show that, he definitely loves his racing. He's put on all the championship flair that he could. Now he just wants to race for the fun of it. And he's going to be better off for it, honestly. So much less pressure. And he'll probably find that results will just end up falling into his lap. I mean, I'm not going to say that tonight's result fell into his lap because he definitely had to work hard for it, put himself in the right position, and the way that the circumstances went, he absolutely took the lead, and he did it at the right moment to come home with a win.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, mate. If I had his kind of luck, I'd be not only half a second faster around the track, but I'd be a lot better for it as well. I think you make your own luck in those sort of circumstances, and a lot of it's on the back of a lot of practice laps and a lot of skill. So, well done to Christian. Look forward to seeing many more good results. Next on our list in terms of finishing order was Mr. George Maddock. George, well done, mate. The draft lottery at the end there kind of fell your way in some respects, although I'm sure you would have liked a couple of steps higher on the podium as well.
Hey guys, yeah, that was unbelievable, really good race. But like you say, it was just a lottery at the end, and obviously I knew there was going to be some games. Christian tactical going wide before the banking, and then lifting off to try and get a gap. So I just went, and it was looking for a while like I may have had it, but in the end, I didn't have enough draft to get the win. So yeah, it's just one of those, and I think we were sort of magnetizing together at the end, and yeah, unfortunately, ended up sandwiching a car, or me and Adam magnetized together, and yeah, it was just a bit of a messy end, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was a bit. I've seen that a couple of times this week, the side by side in the skips, and you're right, it's like they got magnets attached to the outside of the rims or something, and they just suck each other together. But look, certainly an entertaining race all throughout the field, and some good points for you tonight in finishing third, mate. Congratulations on that. Anyone you'd like to give a shout out to tonight?
It's a shout out to you guys, of course, for bringing it back for another season. Shout out to Christian Felicidades for the win. And yeah, I feel sorry for Adam because he was so close for his first win. I think myself, Nathan, and Nick, all the UK boys have have got at least one win in SNL. I think Adam's still waiting for his first, so hopefully he'll get his first win
Oh,
eventually.
yeah, absolutely. I don't think he'll be too far away, actually. Had great pace here this week. It's just a few of the cards falling his way, and I reckon he'll be maybe the floodgates will open, mate. Who knows from there? But yeah, all the best to yourself, mate, and to Adam, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Yep, cheers, guys. Good race with you, by the way, yesterday. That was
Yeah,
fantastic.
good fun, mate. Enjoyed that one too. Thanks for that. See you, mate.
Cheers. Take care, guys.
Ciao. There you go, Corey. George Maddock, smiling after that one. I mean, still finished in third, what could have been, but yeah, and it's interesting. Doffs his hat to Adam Miles, of course, community rep for the Skips, and doing a great job there, but also hoping that he can get a win soon.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. And I reckon a win is absolutely looming for Adam. But George as well, he absolutely showed that he's here to play this season. He put himself up the front of the pack for this race, and he wasn't looking back at all. Almost got the win, came so very close. And I reckon next week he'll definitely come back and have a good crack at it.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Look forward to seeing it when he does. Speaking of Mr. Miles, Adam Miles, so close tonight, mate. It was down to the roll of the dice at the end, and we've come up snake eyes kind of. Still P4, mate, but perhaps not where you wanted and thought you might have been at the end of that one.
Yeah, I mean it is a lottery, but I think I played it well. P4 I was happy to be P4. I could see George was George was leading it out about 0.8 ahead. I thought, that's a gap that I can bridge from P4, and yeah, 200 meters from the line. I mean, I had the speed. Looking back, I had 2 miles an hour on everyone else. I was on the outside. I think George came up off the apron, which meant Sasaki-san had to come up as well, and then it just all moved into me, unfortunately, and just in the 4-car lottery at the end, I lost. Everyone crossed the line before I did. I crossed backwards, and it's a shame. I mean, I really think that one was mine with 5 seconds to go. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, it's a shame, mate. I can hear the disappointment in your voice. I know we've had a couple of fun ones this week, and they can be like that. They can be great fun, and then you can, P4 in the big race of the week, and it can still be kind of shattering as well. But look, we were just saying with George, I don't think the win's too far away from you, mate. The pace is there, the race smarts are there. It's just all got to come together on the night with a bit of luck. And hopefully that's not too far away for your good self. But listen, anyone you'd like to give a shout out to tonight before we let you go?
Yourselves, as always, for doing the broadcast, and you in particular. We've had some good races as well this week with yourself and Leo. I've really enjoyed the track. I was very worried about putting it on the calendar because we've never been here before, and I know the run to the line can be a bit of a lottery, but at the same time, I've won enough races this week to know that you can drive away. So I think it's earned its place on the schedule, and I guess I'd like to see it back in about 4 seasons time, probably.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I agree. It's been a good fun one, and look forward to seeing it on the next rotation. But thanks for all the work that you do for the community, mate. We're much the better for it, and look forward to seeing you perhaps on the top step of the podium here on a Sunday night before we get too much further into the calendar.
Yeah, I hope so too. Thanks a lot.
Beautiful. Thanks, mate. There you go, Corey. Adam Miles, good one for the community in everything he does. I think his heart's in the right place, and I tell you what, his right foot's usually in the right place as well. He's got some pace around these tracks.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. And as you said, you could hear the disappointment in his voice. Finishing that race backwards is definitely not the way you want to finish it unless you've got a massive gap and you turn yourself around. But Adam, he's always got a lot of pace, and we'll definitely see him come back. And that win is absolutely looming, and it'll be just a matter of time before he gets it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, next on our list, and he's muted at the moment. I don't know if that's me or it's him. I'll ask you to unmute. It's Mr. Brown of Rents the Fence fame. Good evening, sir. Welcome to our Sunday Night Lights and Top Split TV community. I don't know if you were expecting to be here or not, mate, but what do you think of the big night out?
I wasn't expecting any of it, to be honest with you. I looked at the server, and it was like almost a 5K SOF, and I was like, oh, this is very unlike anything that I've run before. So I elected to start in the back and just kind of see how things went, and I guess they went very well because we finished 8th.
Yeah, mate, that's the top drive, I've got to tell you, from the rear here. Obviously, a bit of race smarts for you there, because moving up 12 slots here in a field like that is an outstanding effort, mate. And it just goes to show, I mean, 2,700 I rating, you're in the top, 20% on the service, right? And then you come into a field like this and just shows you the number on the car doesn't mean anything when it comes to race smarts and pace around here and moving forward.
No, it's fun this week. I put myself in a position of just really thinking about the draft and not really worrying about the infield. I feel like too many people fight in the infield and they just lose time. So the best way to kind of mitigate your mistakes is just to kind of just run behind people until you get to the banking, and then just send it for Senna right afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, welcome to the family, mate. Great to see you here. Hopefully, we might get to see some more of you. I had a bit of a squiz on the channel during the week, and I saw you running a few skippies, and I was very pleased too. I love my skippy racing and love to see folks like yourself out there promoting it. So, thanks for joining us here tonight, mate. Anyone you'd like to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, I want to give a big shout out to Thrustmaster, who really make it all happen for me. They're the ones that kind of power everything up. Everyone in chat that's just kind of chilling here, enjoying the evening, and you guys for putting on the great show. Without you guys, none of this would also be possible and put on such entertaining racing.
Yeah, great, mate. Well, hats off to you and the drivers out there for doing all the entertaining, and it's a privilege to bring it to the folks at home as well. So thanks again for joining us, mate. We look forward to hopefully seeing you again soon.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys.
There you go, Corey. Rents Fence, Mr. Rents Brown. Great to see him out there. And look, I've got to figure it's pretty late or pretty early or something out there for him. So great for him to have a good experience here on his first time with us.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Alex. I think it's about 5:15 in the morning for him right now. So he's on the very late night with RTF at the moment. And I'm sneakily watching him while the broadcast was going on, looking at things from his perspective. And, he's absolutely right. When it comes to a track like this, you really want to focus on the drafting portion of it in the oval. You don't want to fight too much in the infield, because that's where you can lose all the time in the world. And as I said, he was taking it all very smartly throughout the whole race. He was keeping his nose clean. And that's what granted him that P8 at the end of the day, which is an immense result considering he started from 20th.
Yeah, I know, mate. Biggest mover in the field. Not too bad. Car 20 up 12 spots in the biggest race of the week. Well done. What a way to enter the SNL arena. Congratulations to him. Well, we've got one to go. One making his debut in the booth, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Paul Wilson. He started in 17th, finished 14th, just outside the points, mate. How was the top split experience out there tonight?
Great fun, mate. How you going?
Yeah.
I only snuck in the last 5 minutes. I was watching the State of Origin, but we got a try, so I thought, right, I'm in. It's a good luck sign.
Yeah, perfect, mate. But the big boys were out having a party there tonight. Get a bit hectic out there. How'd you find it?
It was good, mate. I kept buggering up the run through the bus stop onto the big drafting section, so I kept on dropping the pack a little bit. But my aim was just to sit in behind a couple of fast guys. Nick Vaughan Roberts was sitting behind me, so I thought I'll just follow him along for as long as I can, and he got us back up there. But then I stuffed up the bus stop again and dropped again. But it was great fun, mate. It's good to see. Good to get in once in a blue moon, and I really just wanted to pop in here to say thanks to you guys. You guys doing this makes it a big event. It's awesome. So good on yous.
Oh, look, really appreciate it, mate, and that's why we do it. In all honesty, people like yourself who get who get out there on track, and the more people that I can get out there here with Corey on a Sunday night, the better. So really appreciate that feedback, mate. It keeps us going week after week. Season 28 we're up to, and hopefully many more to come with experiences like that, mate. So thank you for joining us, and hopefully we can talk to you again soon. But anyone who'd like to give a shout out to tonight before we let you go?
Oh no! How about the Mighty Blues? Good on them. Smash the Pumpkinheads, and you guys, and good on you. Yeah, once more, and thanks to everyone who shows up. It's amazing seeing the quality of races you guys are getting into these SNL races. It's brilliant to watch. So thanks all. So good on you.
Beautiful. I'm glad to hear the Blues got up too. Go the good.
Bloody
All right, mate. Congrats again. We'll talk to you soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
There you go, Corey. Paul Wilson announcing to the world the Blues got up tonight. What more could you want?
Oh, well, could have a West Australian team in it
Oh,
as well.
hey, mate, it was over there tonight. What more do you want, mate? They took the show over to... Anyway, I know it's not your cup of tea, mate. I wouldn't have thought.
Yeah, I only support sports that have two balls. So
Yeah.
anyway, it sounds like he had great fun. It's great to see people from other splits coming up and having an interview as well. I remember back in the days when I used to do it, being a bottom split scrub, and it just goes to show the community that we developed. You could be in any split at all. Come up for an interview. Tell us about how good of a time that you had, and it's just absolutely awesome to see. People coming up through the ranks as well. Like I had a couple of little gains tonight in some racing before the race, and it's all just a little bit of fun at the end of the day, and we're all going to be the better off for it with just the intensity of the competition stepping up.
Yeah, 100%. And like you say, better for it. And like, absolutely, what I said to Paul is exactly right. This is why we do it, to get folks out on track enjoying the fantastic racing. But look, we might wind up there, folks. Corey, do you want to tell the folks at home what you got coming up this week?
So on Wednesday, over on the Aussie Sim Commentator channel, twitch.tv/Aussie_Sim_commentator, we have the final round, the championship race for the Output Racing League. We're down to 4 drivers battling for the championship. It's going to be 100 laps at the Homestead Miami Speedway, sponsored by Autism Awareness. It's going to be a fantastic showing there for that one. Throughout the week on my personal channel, twitch.tv/Corey Has No Life 13. We're going to be doing a little bit of iRacing AI with both the Not Pixel AI series and the Chat AI series. We've got some Valorant planned as well. We've got some modded Among Us coming up on Friday. Then it's back here again with you next week, Alex, when we take on Summit Point Shorts.
Yeah, looking forward to that one, mate. Absolutely. So everything Top Split is on your screen at the moment. Join us in the Discord community where we do the broadcast and the post-race interviews from, plus all the latest and greatest SNL news and stuff is going on in there. Top Split TV on Twitch is where you'll find us here every Sunday night, of course. The race replays for this and every other of the MNL and SNL 28 seasons worth is over there, as well as a couple of my own races in my season. This season I'm looking to do as well as I can, see where I can get in the overall standings, and I'm recording it all there, the big ones each week on YouTube. And of course, Infinite Racing Services, check them out at infiniteracings.com. All your setups, all your gear and good things, the track guides and all the rest of it, go check them out. Support those who support us, and we would very much appreciate it. Otherwise, folks, thank you very much for joining us this week, both on track and off. On behalf of the Chaotic One, Corey Steinhauser, I'm Alex McKellar, and until next time, ciao for now.